It's like a double bluff situation. So, well, it looks like we'll be kicking off with knife rounds. And we'll have to see whether or not Fnatic are able to start on that CT side, so we get to see that dominant mid play that I'm after.
Oh, JW has, how has he not killed him? He's hit him at least 4 times there, surely. He'll have to lament that one if his team were to lose. Oh, Olofmeister has failed to jump, but he's got enough life, and I actually casted half the knife round. What am I doing with my life?
I don't know, mate. I wasn't casting knife round. I was talking about
I was just in shock at how JW failed to kill that guy after swiping him so many times.
The hedgehog makes the appearance.
But there we go. Such is life. That
Crim's
calendar's grown over the week.
Well, Crim's beard has grown.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
I mean, Edward has...
how low can your beard go?
Edward has removed his beard. He was one of the big kings. Perhaps Crims is looking to stand into, or step into the spotlight there now.
Is Crim still full cue ball, though? That's the main question. That's the question we all really want to know.
I think he is.
Is he still full cue ball? Fnatic starting on the CT side. The Danes will be starting on the T side. I think TQM are more than capable of winning this map.
Oh, you're making a prediction now, are you?
My prediction is that they're more than capable of winning the map, Dan. But then so are Fnatic, so technically it's not a prediction.
I really hate when you do this. All right, we're moving into the pistol round, and we do have 4 Kevlars for Fnatic, and you can see they're playing very heavily into retakes here, and we'll have to see whether or not TQM can actually make this push work on the side. They're actually going to get the initial kill, but Flush is there to take down the Lurker. So that's Karrigan gone. And we get the retake in from... Oh, what a shot there. Olofmeister catching KGB in the head as he leaps forward to try to get the bomb down. But that's not going to happen. It's be delayed a little bit. 4 versus 3 in favor of Fnatic.
They can't really plant the bomb just yet because Crims is in CT, but he's moved to a passive position which will allow the bomb to go down. Crims has got the kill as well. And we're down to a 2 versus 2 now. Dupree trying to get an angle onto Dennis there, but Dennis is going to get the headshot. That's the team cleared up. There is a Tech 9 to be picked up somewhere, I'm sure. Crims is looking for it at the moment. So Karrigan was set up for a raid boss there, actually. I'm not sure where they were planning to plant the bomb, presumably towards, for a short plant. He was coming from mid, but he got taken down there. The Tech 9 got picked up, and it's being carried into this round by Fnatic, who have won the pistol. Yenko pointed out that actually Fnatic lost both pistols in the previous map, yet still came out on top by a reasonable margin. So... We will see if they can do even better now that they've won the pistol, the first pistol of this second map.
Yeah, the main problem... that's actually interesting. TQM, despite getting the bomb planted, are going for a force buy and spending all the money instead of going for the 3rd round AK buy, and this will be a huge surprise for Fnatic. We'll probably be expecting the AKs, but can they defend against this execute? So far, so good here for TQM. They've got 4 players left alive. The bomb is now down. Fnatic need to get themselves all 3 through shop, and that's going to be difficult now the smoke goes down. Although Dennis is in, he gets immediately traded. So it looks like this should be a strong defense here. But can the remaining players from Fnatic make it happen?
JW has a scout, which is going to be extremely hard to support his teammate with. Only Zipex is vulnerable to that at the moment, unless the headshots come in. The time's running out as well, so they pretty much have to make an exit. I suppose they might be trying to stop these players from exiting the site with any guns. So it's just a FAMAS alive now with Crims. It's going to do some good damage. Is Dupree going to survive? That Tech 9, oh, there we go. The running accuracy of the Tech 9, still absurdly more accurate than the other pistols in the map. Picked up from the pistol round from the T's will pay off there for Crims.
Yeah, that's really cool to see. It's not very common that teams go for the force up. They haven't seen that for a while. Weirdly, well, I guess there's been a bit of a break from tournaments. So anyway, it's really good to see that TQM had an execute off of the bomb plant there instead of just waiting for the 3rd round AK-47 buy, which is so typical. So right now we're going to have TQM in a good spot, all AKs. And the force buy comes in for Fnatic, but Dupree already removing the presence of Olofmeister on middle is going to give a lot of options now for TQM as they have free reign across the entirety of the map.
Yeah, so Fnatic have no vision of the mid area, putting 2 on each site, but the bomb's still left in a passive position and will be for a while. Karrigan going to pick it up now, but which way will he head? Most of the meat and potatoes of his team are over towards A, and he is going to join them now. They have a player in Delpan who I'm sure will soon move towards that connector position. That said, it seems that JW is on short, so that could be a problem as this round proceeds. And you can see that there are two Fnatic players deep onto the A site, so JW has been taken down in shorts, which means the split is going to be fairly solid. All the question mark players alive, two coming in from mid.
Yeah, Dennis can't really get the defense going there. And we've got Crims, who's there to pick up the pieces with the FAMAS. He's actually doing a decent job here, and this is going to stop TQM from going up the pit. They want the support, but there's 45 seconds left. They realize that there's time to go towards the other site instead of moving into like a really advantageous engagement for Crims. For Crims on the side, they're just going to go straight to B. A smart play. KGB's got middle, so that when the rotation comes, he'll be able to do a lot of damage to Fnatic, who are trying to work out what the hell's going on. But TQM look pretty strong in this situation, to say the least, and you can't really like Fnatic's chances now the bomb's going down on B.
Indeed, I think they might have an opportunity for Flusher to pick up a better gun. I can only assume there's something better than a scout lying around somewhere. We'll see if he can find it. Crims with only 9 HP, he's definitely going to be saving. Indeed, Flush is currently in CT spawn, so it seems he might play for an exit and try and pick something up. But yeah, early trades and rounds from these two teams. Question mark looking to take the lead now. Surviving potentially with 4 players as well will be a plus.
Yeah, we could perhaps look at the money now. There it is. And you can see the situation for Fnatic. Because we will have 2 weapons saved, but one of them is a scout. They could decide to try to force it up here. It's not going to be ideal, but they can keep the pressure going. And some teams, do like to do that. Of course, Envious, they're a big fan of that sort of play. It's not for every team. Obviously, you have to do something that's comfortable for you. It requires a very high degree of skill to pull it off because the risk element is very high, and even if you don't win the round, you need to be able to guarantee damage. So, Fnatic are a team that have the skill, but do they have the comfort in that sort of play? We'll have to see. It looks like they are going to go with more or less a full save behind this. JW getting palmed off a CZ from a teammate.
So we saw aggression from Envy on Mirage, pushing through B, pushing through mid, and so on. I do wonder if we're going to see that from Fnatic's CT side in this match later on, once their economy is secured. For the moment, definitely not secured. It's question mark leading the charge with all the AKs. Fnatic with the 1 AK, the 1 scout, and a few pistols here and there. Passive play so far, question mark just sitting on the map control they have. Again, they've got a player in the Delpan position who's now moving back to top mid. And it seems the play could be A as the lurker towards, B as the lurker towards A is now moving away from the site. So it seems they may just go for a bum rush and trade with what they must assume are just the 2 rifles, excuse me.
Yeah, I love this. This is fantastic. It's great for Fnatic that they got Crims in position here, but this execute is a nice anti-force buy or anti-eco type of play. Crims is the man here, and Olaf Meiser, whoa, he's going to be getting huge damage there. A frag, a massive dink, but where is the fragging from the rest of his team? Flusher will find the dropped AK from Crims' corpse, but Crims was not able to get anything from his position. Fnatic had a lot of opportunities there thanks to Olaf Meiser and the AK being on the bomb site, but they could not capitalize in the end. So, I mean, JW will be able to pick up the AK, but he's not got any armor on him to speak of. However, Fnatic, they did not buy anything. It's just the players that had saved. So if the AK is saved here, actually, by JW, if he actually keeps that alive, they can actually buy next round. Because they'll get $2,400 in addition to what you see here. So that's going to put them all around the 4,400 to 5K mark. And with the AK in addition, that means that JW could actually be... Someone could drop an ult for him, I think. I doubt that they will, because you really want everybody to have armor and hopefully nades as well, but it's a buy. It's a buy, guys. It's a buy. We like buys. Terrorists win. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. You got to question how worth it that is. That's one of those spots where.
Well, he should get the kill. That shouldn't happen.
Well, I think there's 2 ways to argue it. You either want to because as soon as the guy starts fighting him, his chances to win the fight, if that guy's not already dead, go down massively because he's got no Kevlar.
Yeah, but he's exposed. He can't really just start running away at that point. He's committed to the fight.
Well, either way, the buy will still come in for the side.
Ooh, we've got a sneaky boost coming over the top. And you can see maybe I think he was just trying to spray through the smoke for people crossing. That smoke can be tricky because sometimes people creep towards the right-hand side of it, if you're looking at it from T perspective, to when there's a gap in the smoke. Sometimes they go to the left and go towards Delpan, and sometimes they boost over the top, so it can be a bit tricky. Olofmeister looking for a gap in the smoke to punish a potential boost. There is indeed a boost, but who's going to see who first if they both hold their position? Ooh, Dupree going to punish the spray there. The trace is going to give Olofmeister's position away. Always got to be careful about that when you're shooting through smoke.
Yeah, so now Fnatic didn't have any nades left. 4 players left, though. And the situation is, do you go very passively to a bomb site? Do you gamble players onto a bomb site? Let's say, stack 3 or 4 to one site and just, try to hope that your opponents go there? Or do you go for the third option, which is make an information play somewhere? Depends on the positioning of the players. Oh, Device nails Flusher straight in the face with the AWP. The jump spot will be the end of Flusher's life in this round, and the rest of the weapons should be safe from Fnatic's perspective. So this actually kind of worked out because this was essentially kind of the stack option. Stack 3 on this site, and obviously they sack 1 player for the information. And at least 3 can survive. 1 can die, but 3 can live. A noble cause.
Would you die so 3 could live?
Yes. Depends who those 3 were, James, if I'm honest.
So Sadicus, Henry G, and Thorin.
Well, what do you expect
tells
me
the
to
whole
say there?
story.
Obviously, I would not die for those cretins.
Hesitation told the whole story there. Well, we'll see what they think about that later on. Although, in fairness, no one's ever seen Thorin play Counter-Strike, so we have no idea where he lies. Unfortunately, we've seen Sadicus play Counter-Strike. 3-round lead for question mark now. Fnatic not having the greatest of starts to their CT side. Their T side is going to have to be on point if this continues. Otherwise, we may be here for a little while longer. We've got some nades flying in, but no significant damage done to anyone just yet. 2 players top mid for question mark. They've got pretty good map control at the moment, considering JW still in the CPL window. Only an AWP onto the T side, however, so they will be handicapped in that respect. Also handicapped because Flusher only has a deagle at the moment. Device, surely he saw the back of Dennis there. Perhaps not.
So we have the bomb towards the B apartments, and it's actually now moving its way back towards T spawn, or yeah. So we'll have a bit of a fake play coming in here from the TQM side as they plan to finish onto the A bomb site with a plant. Let's see how successful that's going to be. As far as the setup is working, Fnatic have a very, very nice defense here with 2 players close on the A site. So that means if the smokes go down, the counter flashes will be immediately active for Fnatic, and they'll be able to abuse those straight away, as there won't be players, or the CTs won't be too far away from the flash players to capitalize. And Dennis is there, a bit of an off angle towards the apartments. And what do they expect here? So there's 1 frag. Will there be a rotation? Not just yet. Fnatic still holding. They're holding. There's a kill from Olofmeister, trusting him to do the damage on the B site. So now the play is known as the TQM players move in for the kill. And wow, Dennis making a really wide peek there. He will die because of it, but his teammates are more than willing to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, so the fake has not worked out for question mark here. Carrigan alone in the cold worlds with an AWP, which he will save for the following round. But that is all they have available to them. And we will see what question mark will do after this floaty camera.
So the other thing as well for Fnatic at the moment is it's not really looking too bad just yet. They just need to get the ball rolling in the next 2 or 3 rounds to really have some comfort. And the AWP is on Olofmeister, interestingly, and he's of course been playing the B apartments kind of position. KGB is very fast up the connector position. Now this could be interesting. Maniac already kind of highlighted that this could be happening from TQM. These very strong plays through onto the A bomb site from middle, and it's not working out. Fnatic are dropping these players like flies. Just Dupree and Device left in this position now to try to make things happen. In fact, just Dupree is actually on the bomb site. Device is rotating with the AWP. And Dupree could really use the help at the moment. And Fnatic are waiting for the plant. They're not going to move until they hear those beeps, until those numbers begin to get punched in.
I think... Oh, okay, it's lower. That was smoked off. So, Device, can he make a connection with this AWP? It seems they don't know where he is because you can see half the team focusing away from the A side. Olofmeister gets taken down by Device, who gets all the way out. And Dupree's going for the plant here. Is Crims going to go for the peak? No, he's going to let the plant go down and go for the 3 versus 2 retake. Got the flashbangs coming in from Device. That's just a smoke, actually. So, nicely done smoke from Palace to the top of the connector stairs, which is going to help protect Dupree as well. Very smart play.
Nicely done by Device. And he's got himself a second one now. There's still 2 players left alive. There's the push. Device gets himself the 3rd and the 4th. Quad kill coming in. Big stuff there from the man, Device. Now, the amazing thing there for me was that Fnatic played that so safe. They let the bomb go down because the only player to deal with it, he realized that Device would be aiming there. So if he would have tried to peek to capitalize, Device would have hit him with an AWP shot. It's actually on his teammates from the connector side to actually push in, but that's very hard to know. So that was an amazing save.
Genius. That smoke was absolutely genius because if he gets up those stairs, Dupree's pretty much going to get wrecked, and then the round probably goes to Fnatic. So that smoke was money.
It also gives Device the freedom, a lot more freedom here to aim down these tighter angles. And there's only kind of one plane to worry about. It's really nicely done by Device. Wow.
And you could, again, question mark with considerable control over mid. They've got a player at the top, player down the bottom. Fnatic reduced to pistols in this round. Dennis with a bit more cash in the bag, going to be going for the Kevlar along with the CZ. So let's see how question mark's anti-eco is. Passive position held by Zipex towards the A site. Now going to start moving into Palace as Device has a peek towards lower, but he is going to be alone with the AWP, so he'll be vulnerable in that sense. Dupree, though, going to make quick work of Olofmeister on short, so the support for Device may be coming in. There is one player close to the slope, though, which is Dennis. You can see Flusher playing that sneaky position, but with a USPS, it's going to be really hard to get a kill in that position.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Now, we'll have potentially a clean round here from Tico. That's a really big deal. Fnatic are kind of running out of opportunities now to have a good half. Now, I'm quite curious what the money actually looks like. I want to see the money and you know how the bonus is for Fnatic at the moment, so we can actually extrapolate what kind of buys that are possible and rounds that are possible in the near future for them to outline how things could go. We could check the scoreboard.
I'm guessing the observer is with the Ukrainians, considering we're streaming in 3 languages, Dan.
That's a good point.
So your requests are falling on deaf ears.
That's a good point. Because it happened before we asked for it, and I guess that was just luck.
That was divine intervention, Dan.
Divine providence.
As we are still being subjected to these floaty cams every time we want to discuss the buy that we indeed cannot see.
Yeah, because
tomorrow though we'll have a game PC set up.
I can see some guns. Okay, so
or I'm going to dive through the stage projection and just ruin the whole event.
So we can actually see an AWP there on, I think it was Olofmeister, and he had didn't have the best spawn in the world. So yeah, Olof's with the AWP. So they have managed to scrap together a buy, but this is really the crucial one then, because if they lose this, yeah, it is an eco or quasi buy, and then TKM are kind of already close enough to 8 rounds. That can't really happen if Fnatic want to actually win this map. So let's see what the impact can be. It's great timing nade onto Device. Beautiful timing there, and that's really nice. Now, actually, you know, for you guys at home to play like Counter-Strike, one thing you should understand is the running time and the walking time to a lot of spots, so that you can do timing nades just like that. Because it's always better to preemptively throw an HE than reactively throw one. As if you do it reactively, the other guy will know that you're going to be throwing it.
Indeed. Ooh, just running past the angle is Dennis. Device getting caught short, and that is another AWP in the hands of Fnatic. A desperately needed advantage for the Swedish side. They need to get a lot more rounds on the board here. 4-round deficit with 8 rounds in the hole. Not very good at all. Dennis will spot some players, but he can't make a connection that is a fatal one. Karrigan's going to tap him down. JW coming in to try and do work. He's going to fall. Crims with only one frag, but all the Fnatic players are falling around Flusher. He finds himself in a 1 versus 3. He's in CPL. It's still doable, but by no means is it going to be easy. dupreeh is going to have a very crucial position looking through connector as well, which crushes the options of Flusher. He'll be aware that he can't really face that position, looking for it, and he will find it. dupreeh to take him down.
Okay, so TKM's just winning that round. We can see the money here, which is great, so I'm going to quickly try to memorize everything because it's probably not going to be there for very long.
There is a pause in.
Okay, but I would also like to know how many rounds that they've lost in a row now. Judging by how much money that they had there, I would that would be they had some of them had just less than 2,900, so that probably means that that'd be the third round loss bonus, meaning that the next one's going to be 2,900. And if they, so that means at best they can buy a few pistols, and within the range of a $500 expense for most players, and then be able to have 4,500 to 5K upon losing this round, going into the next round. So the buys are going to be still pretty strained, but we should expect nothing more, I think, than, unless I've messed up the math completely and or the guesses completely, should expect nothing more than a few pistols as the expense here for Fnatic. But TQM, they're really having a great half so far. What a T side we're seeing out of them.
Looking back over the Faceit League, the Faceit season over last year, Mirage was a stronghold map for CSM for the most part of it. They had great performances there. Karrigan holding down connector with the AWP, so on and so forth. So, definitely not one to be counted out despite the first game in this best of 3, but by no means is the map won. Fnatic have been a thinking team this weekend, despite some, not always matching it in individual performance. It was quite an enjoyable match of Inferno, actually, versus Titan.
We're getting a shot of Vigo, the coach there. I thought for a second the quality just to our stream just went to crap or something, because you zoomed into the game like, okay, what's just happened? But it's just Vigo's screen. CRT mode. Yeah, exactly. That would have been really fun. It's like the colors, guys, the aspiration. Oh my god, what's going on? But yeah. It's going to be really interesting to see what Fnatic decide to respond with. And this is the annoying thing, is on the CT side, it's quite hard to do that. Of course, there's actually a lot of options on this map, and indeed, I was actually spot on with the expense of Fnatic, so I'm quite proud about that. But
oh, look at the counter flashes there to stop the push from the Fnatic players. 3 players with pistols in mid, and mid has now been abandoned by question mark. So Fnatic's plans are in ruins, in tatters. Ooh, Olaf Meister just gets sent into some weird yoga mode on the B-bomb site. He is definitely dead.
Yoga dead.
JW in the ladder room is not going to be able to do much while his teammates die around him, because he is smoked off. So looks like he's going to go for the boost. dupreeh should see as soon as it comes up. Those warning shots will slow them down. Really, there's not much for Fnatic to do apart from try to steal a gun here. Dennis trying to bait for JW, but they would have wished it was the other way around, as Dennis is the man of the deagle here. So it's a nothing round for Fnatic. Just taking pot shots. Sad state of affairs for the Swedish side.
Yeah, and I love how TKM are keeping it safe. There's nothing to be gained by killing the Fnatic players. Get rid of a deagle, that's great. The risk is someone dies. Nice. So the cost efficiency there is just awful. So it's good that they didn't bother. So yeah, we are seeing that 4,500 to 5K. Area there for Fnatic, and that's going to be enough to pull out in AWP. And we've got a good spawn on JW, actually, as I can see him closest towards the A side of the map. And so he could go for a push onto the connector, or he could go onto the bench. I think he's onto bench. Yeah, he's on JW's peeking bench onto slope. But it looks like TQM have moved 3 players and the bomb in B apps with a bit of harassment potential towards the middle and apartments area. And that's important, because even if you plan to finish on B, you want to try to provide presence, because what it does is it creates an element of doubt. And what that doubt does is it slows rotation. So it's kind of something that you want to do even if you plan on just going for the B rush anyway, with a set play. So I like this from TQM. And they also get the opportunity, if one of these players on the outset gets a kill, that they can change their play mid-round. So let's see how it develops. So they are going in with the grenades now, double Molotov there. And the double Molotov is important because they actually stack the Molotovs, the damage goes double if there's 2. So you get pretty fried if you were caught in there. But we do get the spot from Flusher now, so Fnatic starting to wonder what's going on. They're not making a call yet because they're seeing a player towards A. Where's the spot? They need a spot on the bomb, but this might be too late actually. All 4 players coming in at once. Dupree with the entry, and now Flush has got his back against the wall with a scout. And look how far away the other players are from Fnatic. The delay worked perfectly.
Yeah, this is a disastrous CT half from Fnatic. So back on the save, but Zipex is still lurking, looking to eliminate these saving players. There goes JW, so Crims is going to be the last man standing, and I think he's running around a little bit there, I'm not sure, but Zipex, if he was running around, Zipex will hear him, and judging by the movement of the TQM players, I think Crims is soon to be dispatched, or soon to be finished, soon to be jettisoned into the sun, left in a sewer somewhere, and this is a B-bomb site. Nice.
Yeah, these, what are those, like, rusty metal shutters doing on the little canopy there? Anyway, we do have the 9-2 scoreline in favor of TQM. It's all about them in this half. Fnatic, they need a quasi-buy, and there it is. You're going to see it them buying down to between 2K to 2,500 because they have, at this point, I'd expect must be the max loss bonus of 3,400. So they can afford to do that and have over 5K in the next round for a buy. And they're going to go for an A play. Crims is in there. He's going to spot. The bomb actually was spotted here. Oh, they can't quite catch a frag. Zipex almost died though. That could be huge for Fnatic, but I fear that TQM are going to recover very well from this point forward.
Not much going on for Fnatic, other than the stack. We'll see how far Flusher can go. His team are positioned in the right place at the moment. Olofmeister can take some cursory peeks towards mid, but they should realize that it's going to be an A push, although they're all huddling towards connector now, and they don't really have those deep positions in A anymore, and with only pistols, I'm not sure if that's going to be good or bad. There are digs, so they're going to have some range, but those CZs may want to get close, get a fast blast, a quick frag, and pick up a superior weapon. You can see Dennis spotting, but not much damage being done just yet. Zipex down to 12 HP with the bomb, but the entire TQM team is here, starting to push now, and down goes Crims. But look at the tags, Device, Dupree, and Zipex. Surely Fnatic can do this. These CZs are going to be like negatives now against his team. Flusher. Oh, this nade's going to be money. Kobe. 2 going down to 1 versus 1 now. Device has a smoke. He's in the apartment. He's got flashes as well, but his peak has to be perfect because he has next to no health. I have more fingers than he has digits of health, Dan, and my fingers are normal.
That's good to know. No mutations on James. Good to know. We have Flusher. He's the man for the job with the CZ as well. The bomb is going to be tapped there.
It's going to be down to the 10-second defuse. He might not be able to win the round unless he gets a super fast frag like that.
Does, yeah. He's fine now, I think. It's going to be very tight, but I think he's got this.
It's going to be close, he's okay. Like butter plays toast.
Biggie in the building.
Nice. That was pretty close. That was absolutely safe. Where did all that damage come from? I didn't even see the damage. Suddenly, they were all within an inch of their lives.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was really gorgeous. And the nade, that nade made the difference as well. The double with that was very critical. So, honestly, just the headphones stand out there to me on JW. Just he's chosen the pink/purple headphones. Everyone else is the black ones. Anyway, that's question of taste aside. We have Fnatic now with the AWP on JW. Can they salvage this half? Can they get the 6 rounds that they need? Connectors, they're trying to hold down Connector. Dennis is going to go down there after a trade. Olofmeister's on the other end of it. Where is Crims though? Where is the gatekeeper of that Connector area? He's all the way playing defensively by Tollbooth. What is happening at this point? Okay, sure, we get a team frag, but it looks like question mark are just completely rolling over the A-bomb site. It is a 2-on-2, so 2-on-2 though, so there is definitely a chance here for Fnatic to win this round, but the problem for TQM is that they have to plant still, and JW is trying to get himself a very sneaky position to block a plant attempt, an open plant attempt.
There is a smoke on Cajun B, and there's also a gun onto Device, who's shot Flusher in the face. That's going to be even more advantageous. They can put that smoke down to the middle of the site as well, and they don't even necessarily have to react to it straight away because JW could take some pot shots and reveal his position just by the smoke going down, but there we go. They're going to know where he is now, and the smoke is eventually going to be deployed, but the player stuck in a shadow position. JW trying to go for the wall bangs, which are entirely doable with the AWP here. He's found an M4 as well, but the spray's not coming in fast enough. Pop flash off the wall. We'll see what he can do with this. KGB's not blind.
Really
JW
smart
was a
spam.
good angle to not get flashed by KGB either. More smokes coming in eventually. Ooh, Device didn't have much health, but JW couldn't make the connection, and the loss bonus for Fnatic has been reset. We had a quick glance on the money there, Dan. We can see that the money is going to be a little bit ropey for them.
I missed it, actually. I missed it. You have to inform me.
It was maybe 2,000 to 2,500 for most players, so I think they've gone for the force buy here. Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Yeah, well, they've got. Well, I think they can do a quasi buy. They'll have the max loss bonus still, no?
No, they won the previous round. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
this is
God.
force buy.
That's awful.
No more quasis for you, mate.
That's awful.
All the flashbangs coming in now. Karrigan to get the first frag, and the frags are going the way of TQM, the team with the superior weaponry. But now it's down to 1 versus 2. Everyone dancing. This is absolute madness. But TQM come out on top. That was Bedlam Anarchy. But question mark, 11 to 3. Fnatic now have not much to offer. They're going to be fighting with spoons in this last round of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to go for something drastic, like a mid-rush as well, or something like that. I don't think they're going to sit back at this point. What we're going to see from them, we'll get the Olofmeister jumping down in the underpass, so hopefully this, for them, that works out in some capacity. But this is a very expected play. A lot of players know how to do the perfect pop flash for Olofmeister's position. You can bounce it off the stairs and just pop flash him.
Off the stairs.
As you jump down, which is pretty effective. I see Taz doing that all the time.
NIP tend to throw HEs down there instead of flashbang.
They want an explosive.
Which is pretty damn meaty if somebody's playing that close corner.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be very slow for TQM as they try to assess the situation. You know, honestly, it'd be cool to see another B set play from them in a situation like this, but they have 2 AWPs, which is not really ideal for a round like this, but hey, it's the last round anyway, so... Problem is with the 2 AWPs is that the AWPs should be made to move. It's unlikely Fnatic are going to go for open peaks because their weapons are only good in close quarters. So they're going to try to close those close quarters down, and there you go, there's the drop. But Device is there to capitalize as they took down the short area as well pretty easily. So it's Fnatic losing all the position to hold this bomb site. It's now gone, and the round looks to be very likely TQM's.
Indeed, this is looking like a very likely 12-3. We've got 2 players coming in from the short position, and there is the conclusion of the half. So a very solid performance here from TQM. Not over yet by any means. We'll see if Fnatic can win the pistol. Worth noting, though, Fnatic did win the pistol round in this half, and they only got 3 rounds. They won the pistol, then they lost a lot of consecutive rounds after that. So pretty disastrous almost from the get-go. TSM with all the momentum now. Is that a hedgehog? Porcupine?
Yeah, he's always had a hedgehog. I think he's had that since Aspen, actually.
Did you bring little mascots around when in your Quake days?
No.
That sounds like an unsure no.
No, I didn't really bring any mascots around. I wasn't fond of those.
Okay. Right, well, TQM are going to have no defuse kit, and that is a very fast frag onto Crims. Not the start that Fnatic wanted, not the start they were looking for. Maybe the start they deserved? I don't know.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one now because Fnatic down a man. They can't really play. You can't really just be this spread out at this point. You've got to be able to get in there. You've got to be able to get the bomb rush going.
Device spotted a player in T-spawn. He got shot in the face, but again, the range allows him to survive. And there is KGB spotting another player. He's going to get a headshot as well, down to 2 HP. They may need some help over here towards the A bomb site. The bomb's rotating that position as well. Karrigan goes down, and now TQM are in some trouble.
This is actually working out for Fnatic. I'm very surprised. The bomb was insanely far away when they were all in the bomb site, but somehow they just hit all the shots there to make the frags happen. But still, there's a chance as Dupree and Zipex come in on the retake. And these positions for Fnatic are pretty damn good, actually. they're all together, and that's going to be problematic for dupreeh as he's going to be facing multiple opponents. There should be an impossibility to create 1 versus 1s. And here he goes. He'll find the first player. The jump is going to be hard to deal with, and Fnatic win that one. I'm pretty surprised, actually. Their setup looked awful to begin with when they're down to 4 players, but they just hit the shots, and that's what pistol rounds are about. Just connect with the heads, and you can save any situation.
Okay, so we are back into the game. TQM going to be on a fairly solid eco. dupreeh spending a little bit extra cash, and they're going to go for that sneaky boost onto the B bomb site and more or less abandon everything else on the map entirely, actually. And it seems Fnatic are moving quickly towards the A site, so we'll see if they can discern that there's nobody over there. Karrigan's looking into the back entrance of CPL. Meanwhile, Fnatic are basically going to split the A bomb site. Not seeing anybody just yet. They should realize that it's a stack towards B in no time at all. See the entrance towards Connector, Inner and Sandwich now, and the rest of the site. So the swarm has begun, and the bomb should be planted for triple. It's a super open plant. Karrigan getting a frag onto Olofmeister. Behind the smoke, he should be able to pick up the gun as well. Indeed, he will. So he's got a Mac 10 to play with. Little does he know that Dennis is on the other side of the toll booth. We've got 3 CTs in CT, and that smoke can isolate Dennis somewhat. Still spamming with the P250, and Zepex has been abandoned behind the barrels and now is in an awkward position. 2 versus 3. And these CTs, can they get the kill onto Dennis? The cavalry has come in. The horses stampeding the innocent CT player is going to be trampled in CT spawn. Cajun B is making a run for it with an AK.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing Fnatic's answer to what they expect the defense to look like for TQM, especially when they get the AWPs rolling in, because you highlighted previously the capacity for the aggression from Karrigan when he picks up an AWP, and he tends to do so situationally, and it's usually on CT sides. Sorry, it's usually on no, sorry. It can depend, but it's usually specifically on one side on a map. He doesn't usually tend to do it on both sides all the time. On Dust 2, for example, he'll pick it up on the T side, but he won't pick it up on the CT side, for example. It'll be Cajun B and Device. But anyway, we'll get a fast round here, so I need to shut up about that, as we have the Mac 10s rolling in with the AK-47s against the save of TQM.
Boost position is going to afford the CTs an extra kill, and now they're all dead.
Yeah, so just a full save there from TQM. They want a big buy, James, and here it is. The big buy.
Big juicy buy.
Oh yes.
It's a BJB.
The BJB.
Big juicy buy. Nice.
This buy is so sweet. They're gonna get diabetes, James, from this. Look at the AWP. Look at the grenades.
This buy is so strong. It's increasing their resistance to insulin. That is astonishing.
Alright, well, let's see what we can come to expect here. Wow, okay, so great nades coming in, and 3 frags happen before Fnatic can actually find positions to get picks. We get the nades, we get the peaks, and we get 3 kills. So Fnatic just pretty much shut out the round. The only way to deal with this is just to try to get some damage in. TQM's economy is not amazing. They've lost a bunch of rounds. They finally got their buy-in. Fnatic should have a buy, I believe, if they lose this one, unless I'm mistaken. Again, can't see the money, but I believe they have a buy-in, so it'd be worth it if they can get a couple frags. 2 or 3 frags, I think, is very worth it, because you cannot allow TQM to stabilize their economy. Because once that happens, Karrigan's going to start taking risks with the AWP. Once that happens, if he's actually connecting his shots, it becomes quite difficult to deal with. If you keep their economy low and you keep the situation so that they don't want to take as many risks, then it's more predictable how to deal with them.
JW's in trouble, 9 HP, 40 seconds left. What is the play going to be? Bombs being collected. Crims is in mid. It seems Fnatic may still try to do something with this round, perhaps. JW moving to mid as well. Not the safest position on the map, by any means. Let's see. There is Karrigan deep towards B, which is perhaps where these players are headed. And if they walk on this angle, they're going to be in for a nasty surprise. Karrigan going to inspect the microwave briefly. And it seems indeed Fnatic are just going to try and save in this position. Like a tricycle, Dan, with the little tassels on the side of the handlebars, question mark's economy has been secured.
The funny thing there, right, is that Carrigan moved into that position, and I don't know if he meant to or not, but he actually unscoped, and then I think he realized, he's like, oh, bugger, I can't scope again because they'll hear me. So he had to go for a no scope there. There was no other way really, which is quite funny. Anyway, we get the AWPs on both sides now. So TQM managed to survive with four players, and you can see that their economy's good, or in this round at least.
All good in the hood.
And look at the movement here from TQM. They got is that 2 players on short? I believe that it is 2 players on short. So this spells potential aggression. Let's have a look and see how this pans out. Okay, I think I was incorrect. Okay, one has gone into CPL now, so there's no one in connector here. Connector's pretty open actually.
Well, they have it from short at the moment,
Yeah,
with Zipex keeping an eye on it. JW whiffing the shot towards Slope. Unbeknownst to him, Cajun B is pretty close. You can see Dupree trying to hold an angle, but he will be without information at present. Cajun B taking down JW on the slope, going back to the well one too many times perhaps. So he got a bit of a boost looking into short there. You can see Zipex still holding things down, but he's been forced off the angle, so he won't have vision of connector for a few seconds. There are no smokes though for Fnatic, save for that one just there, for them to move into connector without smoking it from one side or the other. So the entire Fnatic team just hovering around the mid area. What is the play going to be? You can see Zipex still holding an angle towards short.
The problem is that now there's no smokes left. So moving up connector is so hard. But they actually get the kill onto Zipex, and the player that's covering short, and now Dupree as well. They've actually made this possible, but there's 30 seconds left in the round. Oh, Dennis, you massive beast. What a headshot there onto Device. That's going to create a quick entry now. Cajun B needs to step up. He's the only way that this team can win this round, and he's going to go down. If he managed to get a kill, he could maybe have salvaged something, but no.
All the jewels.
And okay, so TQM played that so well for a good minute and a quarter. They were able to basically waste all the grenades of Fnatic in middle. Fnatic had no nades left after their foray into middle, and not only did they also I think lost a player, and they hadn't gained any ground. They hadn't gained ground into connector, into short, or into window or ladder room, because TQM were holding it down so heavily. That was great. I mean, it just came down to some really sick individual shots right at the end there, but TQM played that really well, I think. And they're going to get punished really hard for losing that round. Look at their money at the moment. It is awful. They have to go for a save, and Fnatic have a real chance back into the map now, actually.
Indeed, I was just about to say that. They are 6 rounds behind at the moment, but because the question mark economy is in tatters, they have a chance, they have some opportunity. Crim's holding close, and it's going to be the garden hose spray down as question mark are eliminated in quick succession across the map. It is an eco round from them. It should be a nothing round as Apex is the last man, and that nade is not going to be helping him stay alive. He is in fact now dead, Dan.
Indeed. So we can see that the buy's going to come in for TQM, but the money's a little bit skew-if, a little bit odds. You can see Device is on a P19. He can't really afford any grenades, and generally it's a bit of a struggle to get nades out. But at least Carrigan's on the AWP. Might start seeing some aggression from TQM now. Carrigan is going to be looking for the peak, and beautiful angle. And indeed, they had 2 players there quickly in middle to actually support, but Carrigan gets the pick up of the frag. And due to that, I think they abandoned the idea of taking middle because it's safer to play from the bomb sites with 1-man advantage, and it's working out. Cajun B's going to spot Dennis, who moved up for an opener on towards Pit, and now they've lost 2 players. What on earth do Fnatic do? They've got to regroup and work out how to attack this situation.
That was a beautiful flash from a teammate for the peak to come in to kill that player on the Tetris area. 2 plays left now for Fnatic. And question mark are moving dangerously close to round number 14. Just the AWP and the AK left. So things looking hard. JW trying to get something done, but there are so many angles he can be shot from at the same time. Device coming in for the flank, gonna go for the kill, no messing around. See the potential knife there. The spray down from Cajun B as well is gonna be 10 out of 10 there. So everyone surviving for question mark.
Yeah, it's looking really nice actually right now for TCOM. Of course, they've restabilized again. You know, as mentioned, that previous Fnatic victory was their chance back into this one. It's hard to see them do it now that TCOM are 2 away, because not only that, they're 2 away with the opportunity to build some money. If you know, if they're able to be successful in this round, that they should be able to buy, no problem, I believe. So we have the majority of Fnatic's lineup moving through the B apartments, and we shall see whether or not they're going to be successful. There is Dupree and Zipex. Actually, oh wow, the forward smoke. This is really cool. Now, the thing about this is that Fnatic don't know if TCOM are going to push somebody up behind that smoke, close or not. So it's going to be a little bit annoying. They have to wait, against the players patiently. And JW, in the meanwhile, is trying to cause distraction and damage from the A side of the map. Great nade.
Ooh, he surely sees him. He does indeed, and down goes JW. That's going to activate the start of movement from Fnatic over towards the B bomb site. Zipex just firing through the smoke. He's going to trade for his teammate. There are 3 Fnatic players left trying to hold on to what they have in this map, but only 2 left now. Zipex still spraying. That's another one. 2 smoke kills for him. Just Crim's left for 33 HP. The entire team coming in. 2 on the site already. Do not fancy his chances. Zipex has an angle on him. Crim's just waiting, but Zipex through the box. It's going to have a solid hold on B. Game point, map point, but not match point for question mark. They are, of course, a map down to Fnatic at the moment, but they are looking really good to take this to a third.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking pretty impressive at the moment, this display that they put on, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can bring to the table on the third map now, because they've really come alive here. And the auto sniper's out onto Device. He's playing the perfect position for it as well. This is the money spot right now, but he's not actually going to get any major connections. It's Cajun B from the connector area that will do that. It's going to be really hard here for Fnatic, as they don't really have all the grenades to do this, to block off these angles. Look how much space Cajun B has to work with there, as JW finally finds himself a forward position, but his teammates are dying. Ooh, Flusher with a double there, though. Might just change things a little bit. A triple, in fact. Flusher is going absolutely mental with that AK-47. And JW is keeping a couple players with the max 10 at bay by CT Spawn, but still the wall banks come in, and it's all down to Flusher. He's got to get himself the ace to win this one.
He's going to try and walk over towards the B bomb site, but Device is headed in his direction. But he's not checking the angle, and Flusher will have heard those footsteps, but he can go for the flank. Dupree's coming in from the back as well, and Flusher...
Oh, no.
He's trying to play it smart, but unfortunately didn't work out on this occasion. So, 16-8, we are indeed going to go to 3 maps here. TSM down, but not out by any means. A very strong performance from them, so it seems they are awake enough to take this to 3 maps, but we'll see if they can hold on. It's been a long day for both teams.